What's up, YouTube? Top City 5401 here. And I wanted to come on and talk about what Rickey Henderson means to me and has meant to me through my life. A lot of legends in the last year have passed away, but Rickey Henderson passing away this past Friday has been a really, really tough on me. I've been thinking about him a lot, thinking about my childhood a lot, and I just want to come on here, get this on video, and talk about Rickey Henderson and what he means to me. To start with, if it wasn't for Rickey Henderson, I would have never fallen in love with baseball the way that I did as a kid, and I would have never fallen in love with this hobby that has been a huge part of my life. I don't see a scenario where I would be collecting baseball cards if it wasn't for Rickey Henderson. I was introduced to baseball cards in the late 70s, but I really didn't start collecting until 83. And the driving force for me to collect was Rickey Henderson and the Oakland A's. I grew up in the East Bay. I lived probably about a block and a half away from BART. And BART, if you guys aren't familiar, is Bay Area Rapid Transit. And there is a train that goes right to the Oakland Coliseum. When I was 11, 12, 13 years old, if I wanted to go to an A's game, I could hop on BART and I could go. And I didn't need anybody to drive me. And I could go anytime I wanted. All I had to do is go out there and earn some money. And, that's one of the things also, like Rickey Henderson taught me at a young age. Hey, look, if you want to go do something and you don't have the money, go out and earn it, and then and made me appreciate being able to go to the A's games and being able to watch Rickey Henderson play. And I loved sitting out in left field so that I could yell at him from the bleachers. I remember me and my friends, we'd sit out in left field and we'd go to the bottom. Back then, when you got bleacher seats, you just got a bleacher seat, and then wherever there was an empty spot, you just go and that's where you sat, right? There wasn't any specific bleacher seat that you would sit in. You just sit whatever was available. So we'd always go to the front row, and I remember yelling at him, and every once in a while he'd turn around and acknowledge me and my friends, and that was always exciting. We'd jump up and down and get fired up, and man, this one hit me hard, guys. When I think about Rickey Henderson and I think about the hobby, I don't think about autographed baseball cards of Rickey Henderson. I don't think about my Rickey Henderson rookie cards or my Rickey Henderson rare inserts. I don't think about any of that stuff. I think about stuff like this. I think about my childhood, and I think about going to the Oakland Coliseum because I live so close to BART, and because I always had a hustle where I could make money. It taught me, it kind of helped me grow up, right? Like the A's and just like where I lived and being a Generation X, resourceful, all that stuff. All of it, it seems like Rickey Henderson is always part of all of that stuff. Opening up packs when I was a kid, and this is all I wanted. I love this font, like that, the block letters, and the green uniform, the portrait and the action shot, and Rickey Henderson. I mean, this was childhood gold. This and the 83 Tops, and the 83 Tops record breaker, the 84 Tops record breaker, and the 83 All-Star card. Those were gold. And that was what I was chasing. And and the fact that I could, you know, sit out in those bleacher seats and get this guy's attention, the pinnacle of baseball, the greatest star that the game that was in the game, the guy that everybody was watching. He was so exciting. I remember first inning, Rickey gets a walk, steals second, steals third, and then he scores on a ground ball, and you're just like all the time, just being absolutely blown away that the A's could score a run without getting a hit. And this guy made it look so easy. So easy. So easy. And Rickey had flair. And he knew he was the best. And he was always smiling. He was always having fun. And we, you know, me and all my friends, we all loved Henderson. So just, I mean, he was kind of like someone I looked up to, you know. I mean, I knew I was never going to be a great athlete like Henderson. I knew that, like, when I was a kid. I was like, no, I'm not going to be that. But I could certainly look up to him, and he would be something I'd look forward to, watching him play baseball and talking about him with my friends and how many stolen bases and all that stuff. And, you know, just pop the collar. I mean, everything about him, man. And so anyways, Henderson, part of the Bay Area community. He's always been a Bay Area guy. He went to Skyline High in Oakland. I mean, he's Oakland. He's a Bay Area. He's, you know, he lived in the Bay Area. I mean, he was born in Chicago, Illinois, December 25th, 1958. Like, I mean, like, he would have been 66 years old on Christmas. I mean, I think about Henderson every Christmas. Oh, yeah, it's Rickey's birthday. You know, I mean, it's like, oh, man, I can't believe he's gone, guys. Because he's always right there. And, I mean, I don't have, like, I know people that knew Henderson, and I actually found out he passed away Friday. I know the news didn't get announced until Saturday, but I know people that know him, and I found out that he had passed away on Friday, and I didn't believe it. I refused to believe it because I kept telling the circle of friends of mine that I am not going to believe it. I refuse to believe it until a reputable source announces it. And then when I remember seeing, I was actually set up at a card show on Saturday. I every once in a blue moon, I'll set up a table for with the Coliseum Kings, and it's a lot of fun. But anyways, we were all at the show on Saturday, and when, you know, everybody was talking about Henderson, and then when ESPN made the announcement on Facebook, I haven't even seen any kind of TV tribute. I just can't watch it, or I just haven't bothered to watch it because I just can't believe it, man. I mean, Henderson meant way more to me than a legendary baseball player, a guy that stole 1,403 bases or 7 for some reason. My mind's drawing a blank. I think it's 1,407. He's way more than a guy that hit 3,000 hits. That, at one time led all of baseball in walks. Of course, Bonds broke that record. Most runs scored of anybody. All this stuff, right? All these things that Henderson did in his career, he means a lot more than that. Than what all these records to me. He is entangled in my childhood, and like the impressionable childhood years, right? When you're a kid and, not quite a teenager yet, and you got those people you look up to, course, you know, my dad was one of them, my grandpa, and then you have Rickey Henderson. And those were probably the three people I looked up to more than anything. And Rickey was not old. He was only 65. He would have been 66, like I said, on Christmas. And he's part of the community. You see him around. I mean, I personally didn't see him around, but like you see him on TV throwing out the first pitch with his daughter and doing interviews and, you know, talking about the A's going to Sacramento, whatever it is, right? Just Henderson is always there. And now he's not around anymore. I'm going to miss him, guys. I am going to miss Rickey Henderson. I feel like a true loss. Rickey meant, and I didn't realize how much he meant to me until he unexpectedly passed away. He shouldn't be dead, in my opinion. It was unexpected, and it's not like he was sick or anything like that, at least that I know of. I mean, I know that he had pneumonia before he passed away. I suspect that's what he died of. But, so guys, if you're like 50 years or older, just kind of a PSA, public service announcement, that's what that means. Get your pneumonia shot, because if the great Rickey Henderson can die from pneumonia, anybody can die from pneumonia. I don't know that's been officially announced, but I am pretty sure that's what he died from. It was unexpected. I know that. Nobody expected it. Rickey didn't expect it. Nobody expected it. And that's why I think it's such a tough for me to accept. Anyways, guys, just wanted to come on, figured I press record, and I just wanted to talk about what Rickey Henderson meant to me, or means to me. And it's a hell of a lot more than an autographed baseball card, and to say, oh yeah, he was great. It's more than that. And that's what I have to say about the great Rickey Henderson. And this is the card I want to show you guys tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, until next time, happy collecting. And Rickey, you were the greatest of all time.